You don't know us like
Good
that.
for your mom.
Oh, she
Living
loves.
her best cruise
She
life.
loves. I think we hit a certain age as grown-ups.
Yeah.
And we just gravitate back towards the sea. And so she's hit that age. And she didn't do cruises when we were younger. So she discovered cruises as a grown-up. Like her first cruise was May. She took my sister on a cruise for graduating college. And she loves it. She's like, yeah, I'm doing a cruise every year. And you can get on a cruise for $200 and eat all you want. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like, all right, great, mama. I'm happy for you.
I love the sea.
Do you?
Yeah, I love the ocean.
Do you love being in the ocean or do you love being
Both.
on land looking at the ocean?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, I've never been on a cruise, but I love a good boat. I love a good kayak.
There's a difference in a boat and a kayak.
Sure.
Like there's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, but
So
I
you
was showing the differences.
You can like one and have an issue with the other.
I've been on this snorkeler in Florida TikTok who takes a really high definition camera underwater and shows the beauties of the sea.
That's terrifying.
It's remarkable.
That would scare the hell out of me.
She's like, hello, Mr. Eel.
No.
And I'm like, get out of there.
You swam with some animals? You swam with some animals?
I've swam with the
Dolphins?
animals. I have not swam with dolphins.
don't.
I've done turtles.
Okay. I've done sea turtles.
Have you done dolphins?
No. I
I feel
won't.
like you would have a great time with the
I'm
dolphins.
not swimming
You could
with
speak
dolphins.
the same language.
I'm not. I'm not swimming with dolphins. They seem real aggressive. I'm all right with that.
Fishies.
Okay. Nemo now.
Yeah, lots of Nemo, lots of stripies.
You done a reef?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've done a couple reefs.
I bet that was cool.
I'm trying to think of what the name of the scary fish was that I saw in Antigua. Not piranha.
Yeah, those aren't-
Barracuda.
Barracuda.
I was like, and it's time for me to get back in the boat. I don't need to be here anymore.
Was it big?
It was pretty fair size.
Your size or?
No.
Okay. All right.
Like the size
small
of like
dog?
two fists.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's not that big.
No, they're pretty small.
All right.
Or the one I saw was pretty small.
What was the song?
You're So Vain, Carly Simon. You
Hmm.
probably think this song is about you. That could describe some college football coaches. What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, December 2nd. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, it is a Grizzlies game day. They will look for a fourth straight win tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. Mike Wallace will join us on the road in San Antonio to talk about it. We'll talk about Zach Edey, what things have been going right for the Grizzlies, and we are a quarter of the way through the season, so we'll do a check-in there. Will Coleman will join us 40 minutes into today's show. We'll catch up with him about the Memphis Tigers. First net rankings came out, and the Tigers are pretty far down in them. We'll get the latest on the college football coaching chaos meter. Lane Kiffin introduced in Baton Rouge, the craziness that is occurring at BYU as they try to block their coach from going to Penn State. We'll get into the happenings from Monday Night Football last night. We saw a whiffed kick. We saw some interesting things pop off in the NBA. It is a Tuesday. You know what we say. You probably think the song is about you, don't you, don't you?
I'm only familiar with the Janet Jackson version of that.
The world needs B2K.
B2K's breakup was a huge shock to their fans.
Boys for Life Tour. Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all new tour.
You're the other white meat. MJ, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, have it my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome, everybody. Hope your week is off to a great start. A cold week here in Memphis. We did not get snow yesterday. I thought we might. Instead, we just got driving rain in the 35-degree temperatures last night, which made things nice and chilly this morning. The Memphis Grizzlies play a game tonight in San Antonio. They face the Spurs. Can we see the Grizzlies win a 4th straight game? Do they do it, CJ? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Why do you keep putting me on the spot
Christmas
with these
villain?
things? How am I a Christmas villain?
Christmas villain?
How am I? Is it Christmas?
It's December.
Am I taking the jolly
You're
and
in
the
a
joy
sweater.
out of somebody's life?
You're
no.
in a sweater.
I'm not doing that.
You bring jolly and joy
Every
into
year, every
everybody's
time.
life every day.
Every day.
Grizzlies are riding their first 3-game winning streak of the season. And the Spurs team tonight, I think, serves for a very good meter move opportunity. A meter move opportunity for the Grizzlies because the Spurs are still without Victor Wembanyama. They did get Dylan Harper back. But they are a winning basketball team. Like, the Spurs have been very good with and without Victor Wembanyama, one of the better teams in the Western Conference. And when the Grizzlies last played them back on November 18th, that game ended in a loss. That was the Grizzlies' 5th straight loss at the time. It ended a pretty depressing road trip. The Spurs scored 11 straight. It was the Harrison Barnes game. De'Aaron Fox hit him with a windmill dunk, and things felt bad. And it was Aki's 2nd game back, and he was still on a minutes restriction. But something turned after that game, and you can look at it as being 2 things. And I think it's a combination of the 2, but both things certainly exist. One of those things was that the schedule let up, and the Grizzlies played 5 of their next 6 games against below 500 teams, and not just a little itty-bitty below 500 teams, no, like the 4 worst teams in the Western Conference. But then the Grizzlies also began to establish an identity. And I was thinking back to that last Grizzlies-Spurs game, and it was on NBC because it was supposed to be Wemby versus Ja, and instead it was Vince Williams Jr. versus Harrison Barnes. But we got the full national broadcast treatment, and that included the dissection of the game afterwards. And Tracy McGrady said it pretty perfectly after the game, that Spurs run at the end, and ultimately the Grizzlies' loss, represented a tale of identity. And you had one team that knows its identity, even if its best player is out of the lineup, and you had another team that is still searching for its identity. And that search for the Grizzlies has come up with something. And Zach Edey has helped shape it, certainly, from the rebounding to the paint presence to just the physicality that this team has played with in the last few games, extra possessions for themselves, limiting possessions for their opponents. But the team has also showed some real fight and coming back down to double-digit deficits during this 3-game road trip, also finishing with yet another win over the Kings. For a team that has only played 6 minutes with the 3 most important players this season, the Grizzlies have seemingly found their footing, at least a bit more than when they last faced the Spurs. So you have this game tonight where it is an opportunity for them to show that they have taken a step forward, not just in beating the bad, sad, depresso teams, but also a good team in the San Antonio Spurs, and would wrap up this road trip before they come home for one. So I will take the jolly approach, and I think perhaps they can do it.
I'm jolly as well over here. But, they hadn't been good at beating good teams. They just haven't been.
Yes.
And not just this year. You go back to last year. You look up and you say, oh, what was the Grizzlies' record against good teams? It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. They struggled. So, and they're still depleted from an injury standpoint. There's a lot of dudes playing who, while it is enjoyable to see the continued growth of them on this roster, you know that when everybody's back healthy, if everybody comes back healthy, if anybody comes back healthy, that some of these dudes fall out of the rotation. So you're going up against this Spurs team who, like you said, that is a quality NBA team, whether Wemby is out there or not. Let's see how it all comes together. I can't imagine that the Spurs, after seeing what Zach Edey's done that past handful of games, are going to just come out here and play the Grizzlies regular. I would think they'd say, all right, time to key in on him. He is the focal point of this scouting report, and here's what we're going to do to contain this. Boxing out is going to be imperative. Having people come in over the top is going to be imperative to get defensive rebounds for the Spurs. And then offensively, you got to put 2 bodies on Zach Edey. Now, if 2 bodies go on Zach Edey, that means somebody body free. So whose body going to be free? Whose body going to go to the rim and get an offensive rebound? One of the things that we mention, and then we quickly move on to some of the other things that he does really, really well with Cedric Coward. But one of the things he does well is go in there and get offensive boards, yes. Right? So if it's 2 bodies on Edey, he's got to go in there and be a force on the offensive glass. And they've got to really try and get extra possessions. One of the things that you brought up that Zach Edey has done a good job of, just his presence on the court, being able to get them extra possessions, be it blocking shots at the rim and leading to steals, or be it getting a hand on the ball, tipping it out on the offensive side of the court for offensive rebounds. They've got to continue to do that. They need extra possessions if they're going to go out there and win tonight. And that's, I just don't know if the Spurs are going to allow that to happen the way that the Kings and the Pelicans and some of these other teams have.
Yes, because some of that is allowance on their behalf. The Spurs, 13-6, 5th in the West. Grizzlies have 1 win and 1 win only over a team with a winning record this season. Can you name that team?
The Grizzlies?
Yeah.
It's the Suns.
It's the Suns.
It's the Suns.
The Suns are not cooperating in the give the Grizzlies a great draft pick master plan that seemed to be occurring at the beginning of the season. They are now 13-9. They beat the Lakers last night, 125-108. It was a big night for former Grizzlies, and that included Dillon Brooks, who put on a show with 33 points against the Lakers. And yet again, he was taunting and making everybody say, I hate Dillon Brooks. But also, I respect Dillon Brooks because he's doing the LeBron shrug in front of LeBron shrugs. Dillon Brooks might be crazy, but you cannot deny the impact of Dillon Brooks. He was all over the place. A man of I poke bears and LeBron James's old fashioned. After the game said, quote, LeBron likes people to bow down to him. I don't bow down. So same old Dillon, keeping at it. But it has been remarkable to see this Suns team operate far more successfully than they were expected to. Devin Booker left last night's game in the first quarter with an injury, and still Phoenix was able to get by with a 125-108 win over the Lakers. Dillon Brooks also high-fived Luka Doncic after he took a free throw. Like, Luka had his hands out for his teammates, and Dillon just slapped him, and Luka's face was like,
I love when people do that. That's
such a Dillon move.
That's like my third favorite thing dudes do at the free throw line. Behind only untying opponent's shoes and tugging at an opponent's shorts. Those are just class A moves on the free throw line.
Untying the shoes.
I think J.R. Smith did that to somebody. Yeah, I've had that done a couple of times.
Things I haven't seen in a long. Bring back someone untying the shoes.
I was big on tugging shorts unnecessarily at the free throw line.
Of course you were. Another former Grizzly with the big game last night. Desmond Bane had 37 for the Magic in a win over the Bulls. He also had a big oopsie, which could have cost him, but it didn't. He made a basket on the wrong basket. I hate when that happens. I hate when you make a basket on the wrong basket.
How do you lose track of where you're going?
You know, sometimes it's just the momentum.
No, I don't.
You just feel the game. You just feel the momentum forward.
I don't know. No.
It was, when you see the shot.
No, that's not acceptable. Especially at this level. I might, and this is a hard might, allow a 5-year-old to get away with that. But
I literally still beat myself up for scoring a goal on the wrong goal when I was 7 or 8.
How?
Like, it still hurts me because I saw the open field in front of me and I was so excited. I didn't even think about it. Just tunnel vision. Oh my God.
You're going. So you're running down the field. Little Jessie at whatever age she is.
Yes.
Running down the field.
Yeah, open the air, the wind in my hair.
Nobody's there. The hair is flowing.
I think the goalie stepped out.
At no point did you hear anybody say no wrong way?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they did.
And
I wasn't very good at soccer, so it was just it was a very fun moment of freedom.
You're good at paying attention to things.
Yeah.
Right. So you see your goalie? Where was your goalie?
What was Desmond Bane doing last night? I don't know. That was not the worst oopsie in sports last night, though. And we'll get back into the basketball side of things with Mike Wallace when he joins us. The Younghoe Koo chunked field goal attempt was one of the most special things I have seen in sports because it's a rarity. We don't see this very often. But last night in the Giants-Patriots Monday Night Football game with the Giants down 10 and a chance to cut in to the Patriots lead, Younghoe Koo lines up for a field goal and proceeds to just stub his toe. Oh my goodness. Just a toe stub. No. Just a little stub of the toe. Now, with the replay, you see the holder had some issues there, and Younghoe Koo looked like he was trying to adjust or he would have kicked the holder, but instead, we see just a Charlie Brown. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Late Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown on it. Have you ever seen a field goal kicked whiffed in that way?
I've seen an actual Charlie Brown.
So full leg
whiff,
up on the butt?
You just missed. I've never seen that. That's not a whiff. He never attempted the kick.
No, he stubbed his toe.
He never attempted the kick. Full disclosure, I'm watching that game, and somebody's sending me something. I'm sending reels or memes back and forth with my friends, and I look up, and I see the holder is rolling out with the football. So I can't believe they went to fake that kick. And it was like, oh, no, he just didn't kick it. He just went and stubbed his toe.
Do you think it hurt?
Yeah, it hurt. What do you mean? He's got to have turf toe. Like that has got to be turf toe right there.
When he pops up on the injury report with turf toe, is it because he actually has turf toe or because he can't show his face again?
No, that's actual turf toe. It's got to be. It's got to be. In that game, unfortunate for the Giants. Dart's face after that moment, the oh my God, is like, all right, we get it.
I mean, they were down in a flash. It was 30-3 at half.
Yeah.
It was over. Or 30-7 at half.
Yeah.
30-7 at half.
Because it was 17-7 when Koo missed that kick. Or when the Giants, I guess, failed to convert on fourth down. Because that counts as a sack. That's not a missed kick. That was a sack.
No.
Yeah, so all right.
The Giants are messy. What else is new? There were two stories coming out of last night. One, the Patriots have the best record in the NFL at 11-2, and Drake May continues to be one of the front runners for MVP. Matthew Stafford will have a part in that conversation as well. But the other side of that is the Giants are who the Giants have been, will always be. Abdul Carter was held out of the whole first quarter for some reason. Jackson Dart is still risking it all. Like, that man has to learn to either protect himself or we are going to watch the end of Jackson Dart's career fairly quickly. And I don't want that to happen because he is very fun. He is my teenage dirtbag quarterback. But
yeah,
God,
he's fun.
I mean, he's the same old Jackson Dart.
We had get out of bounds. Get out of nope. That's what you get.
He flies.
That is what you get.
And it was a totally legal hit.
Yeah, nobody is saying who was saying it was illegal.
Oh, this Giants tight end who goes after Christian Ellis after it happens.
You just have to hit somebody after your quarterback takes like if somebody
quarterback
came
hangs
into
in the air for 2 seconds.
You gotta go
have
fight.
to go
you
fight
gotta go
someone.
fight. If somebody came in here right now and hit you,
You
even
would
though
just-
you would probably have deserved it,
Oh,
I would have to come out and react. I have to be like, yo, you don't hit my teammate that way. Right now, I would expect the same for me.
Yeah.
If somebody came in here and wallowed me,
I would at least try.
You know I deserved it, right?
Absolutely.
Then you just like come in,
10
just,
out of 10 times.
Just throw one of the fuzzy things. It's like there you go, stop it. Don't hit him like that. So what in the hell is Jackson Dart doing?
This man has been examined for a concussion 4 times this season.
They're fun. It
Yes.
is fun watching them.
That's why when it was him and Cam Scadaboo running all over the place, it's fun because it's also like watching a potential car accident.
But also, they're not good. I don't know how they get good because I got questions about whether or not Dart is good. Fun, no question about it at all. He's fun.
Electric, no question at all.
Oh my gosh, so electric. But electricity doesn't equate to winning anything.
Yeah. It can fry out.
And the Patriots were just out there hit-sticking dudes.
Well, they
all
made the
game
Patriots
long.
look like a complete juggernaut. Like we had the conversation yesterday. Who is good in the NFL? And it is a sliding scale because this is a very odd season in that there is no like definitive list of these are the good teams that I trust come postseason. But the way the Patriots played last night, the way the Giants made the Patriots look last night, I was like, all right, I'll give it to the Patriots this week. I'll slide them into my number 1 spot.
Some of those hits were like, I didn't know we could hit dudes like this anymore. That hit, yeah, but there was one on like a 5-yard catch where a dude got knocked back 4 yards and they gave him forward progress. There was the kickoff, the fumble on the kickoff. Was that coming out of halftime or was that coming off of one of the scores? I can't remember. But Giants return man was running down the field and he just got leveled. You saw chunks of his helmet leave. Just go someplace else. They started off on his head, then they went someplace else after that hit. It was and ESPN's got to stop showing all the replays. That's my man is laying there twitching on the ground. Like, we get it. He's injured, and it's his head. You don't got to keep showing us this. But, it was a fumble. Like, they were legit out there with some of the most violent hits in football I've seen this year. And I did not know we could be that violent in football anymore. It was good stuff to see. Took me back to the good old days of football. Not even to like the 70s and 80s when we was really, really hitting. But like the early 2000s when Ray Lewis and them were coming through. It was good stuff. That Patriots defense is good.
Yeah.
May might be good also. Good enough this year.
Good enough this year.
Good enough this year.
And that's where no matter what happens for the Patriots, like his development is the most important thing from this season. Of course, they would love to have a long run in the postseason. But most important thing, number 1, is hey, Drake May might be legitimate for them. So, good
It's
things for
Drake
them.
May.
Travion Henderson, if we can just stop giving the ball to Ramondre Stevenson.
How is your fantasy team?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right. Drake May, Bryce Young.
Drake May.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
Like you said, Bryce Young, not dead yet.
I mean,
Not
not
dead
dead.
yet.
He's alive. He's alive.
He was
and
dead.
walking.
He Undertakered it.
When?
He came back. Oh, they were ready to kill him.
This year?
Yes.
Okay.
End of last year into early this year, it was, oh boy.
In the last
Another
year, he had come
bust.
alive.
And then he died again.
I didn't know he had died
Oh, yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
I mean, three
It's hard to
touchdown
keep track.
performance.
It's hard to keep track. All right, Mike Wallace is in San Antonio with the Grizzlies for their game against the Spurs tonight. He will join us after a quick break when we come back.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Let's face it, There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX 901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites John Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone. Grizz Nation, Friday nights just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
The Grizzlies are proud to partner with Prime Global Group, a leader in innovative, socially responsible real estate investment. Discover smart strategies that align with your values at primeglobalgroup.net. We are waiting Mike Wallace, who will join us to talk Grizzlies Spurs shortly. A quick reminder, the Grizzlies Cyber Monday deal still in effect. So you can get Grizzlies tickets for 60% off until 10:01 this morning. 60% off all tickets in December and January. That is a hell of a deal. So get your Grizzlies tickets for all those upcoming home games ASAP. While we wait for Mike, our chat question of the day: which of these is the best Christmas villain of all time? The Grinch, Hans Gruber, Lane Kiffin, Harry, and Marv are the options. The Grinch has 37% of the vote.
I have one more to put in there.
Okay.
Just for the people listening, watching,
okay,
the public. The guy in the big city with the good job.
Love that one.
Yeah. Because 'tis the season for that stuff to pop off. Every time I come in the living room now, that's what my wife is watching.
Baby, come back to the big city with me and my nice
my
coiffed hair
millions of dollars
and my good job. And she says, no, I love the man running a tree farm for his dying grandmother in a small town. I can't go back to you.
Struggling. It's got to be struggling.
Right, so they have to put on a great bake sale.
That
We're going to put on the best bake sale this town has ever seen.
That works for that moment, and then the movie ends, and I don't know how you aren't left wondering, like, okay, great, they saved it this year, but what's going to happen next year? And not next year in December, I'm talking about next year in January. Like, what are we doing?
It's going to get bought by private equity and run into the ground.
Bought by private equity by her big city boyfriend with a good job in the house.
Revenge.
Yeah.
And then his villain status is absolutely cemented. Surprised you didn't include Oogie Boogie in this mix. It's a good one.
Oogie Boogie is a good one.
Jack Frost, Scrooge. But I did appreciate Lane Kiffin being added, and I cannot wait to give the latest on the Lane Kiffin. It is the gift that keeps on giving this holiday season. Have you seen the yoga teacher stuff?
Huh?
Yeah, that's right. It'll come in TV Tuesday because it's a reality show, and that's called ATs. But Mike Wallace has joined us on Zoom. He is in San Antonio. He will be there for Grizzlies Spurs tonight. He is not a villain. He is the reason for Tuesday season on this here show. Mike, how's it going?
It's going good. Good morning, guys. Good to be with you guys.
Good morning.
One more game left on this road trip, man. It seemed like it's been going on forever, man. I can't wait to get back home.
You have been on the road with the team during this period. How's it been traveling? I mean, obviously better than the alternative as it was the last road trip where they lost 5 straight games. Now the Grizzlies on a 3-game road trip, or a 3-game winning streak on this road trip with a chance to make it 4 tonight against the Spurs.
Yeah, last time we were out on the road, they were in the midst of losing 9 out of 10 overall, right? And including that road trip. And, this one has been different. You know what I mean? People could say, which comes first, the vibes or the wins. And I think they both came at the same time. Even when the Grizzlies were losing those last couple of games on the road, that loss to Cleveland on November 15th when Zach Edey came back, and then that loss at San Antonio, which they had a chance to win in the end, they started playing better in the midst of those losses. And then that carried over into the stretch when they came home. So what you're seeing right now is that this team took 2 steps backwards, with Ja going out with the injury and then Edey coming back. And then they, sort of recalibrated, man. Isolo was able to work some things with Edey. They're playing through Zach Edey now, and that's taking a lot of pressure off of a lot of guys. And you're seeing the best basketball from not just Zach Edey, but from Cam Spencer. You're seeing Jalen Wells reemerge. You're seeing Jaren Jackson Jr. playing at the all-star level that we all anticipated, expected, and demanded. And you're just seeing guys. Kenny Caldwell-Pope has resurfaced and made shots. And so you're seeing guys across the lineup finding their rhythm, finding their groove right now. And it just so happened that the schedule got a little bit more accommodating, and now everything seems to be trying to approach the turning a corner stage.
Yeah, I was in a FedEx yesterday, and the woman who was helping me said, "Hey, the Grizzlies are fun to watch again." And I said, "Yeah, they are." She goes, I love that Cam Spencer. And man, doesn't Zach Edey make things easier for everyone? I said, yes, you are correct. That is an astute observation. And Mike, you can keep taking those victory laps on being one of the first on the Zach Edey will be a prominent and capable NBA player. We have seen it this season really transform this team. What's impressed you the most with Zach Edey? And I guess what has been maybe the biggest thing that has stood out to you in his year 2 jump?
I love it now that the same people who railed against Zach Edey, it's one thing. Like CJ, and I'm gonna call CJ on this one, right? CJ wasn't like just straight anti-Zach Edey. He just didn't see it, right?
He was skeptical. I think there's a fair, healthy skepticism that came with it.
It was a healthy skepticism, and it was hey, I don't see it working, and this is, and it was conventional wisdom among some, right? But then there were others who was just like, this dude is not going to, like, they were defiant in terms of Zach Edey being a pick for the Grizzlies and Zach Edey being, a good NBA player. And, it's like, come on, man, let's not rush to judgment on a guy before we actually see what happens. And we got so lulled into this pace and space, and everybody's forgetting about playing big men centers, and the league is going in a different direction. Well, guess what? Not every team can do that. Some teams have to be what they are and play a different way. And when you go against the grain, sometimes, you're ahead of the curve. And, Zach had to perform. He had to, get through some initial growing pains. He's remade his body. You asked me the question, what have I seen different? Physically, he just looks like a different guy right now. This is also a young man who's coming off of essentially reconstructive ankle surgery, right? And for him to be a big man, having gone through that second year in his career, and then coming back and looking even better, looking even stronger, looking even faster, and just dominating. It says a lot about, number one, him and the hard work that he's put in. Number two, the fact that this system has worked, this recovery process has worked. The Grizzlies do take a lot of hits for their, for the medical team and all of those things, but they got this one absolutely right so far. And, you just hope and pray that Zach can stay healthy because he's going to be a special, special player for the Grizzlies this season.
How do you weigh the kind of like two obvious differences in the Grizzlies last week and a half versus the stretch where they lose 9 of 10, where a part of it is the teams they have played? I mean, the Clippers have fallen off the proverbial cliff after they started 3-2 this season, and it has been a downhill, not just a tumble, but a full-on faceplant to the ground since. You have a struggling Pelicans team, you have a Kings team that hasn't won a whole lot of games, and the Mavs. And so you had an opportunity to take advantage of some of the lesser teams in the NBA, and to the Grizzlies' credit, they've done that, including 2 double-digit comebacks. But they did find themselves down 17 to the Pelicans, 16 to the Clippers, and had to come out of those holes. So how do you weigh that with the evident kind of identity change of this team that they've seen with the emergence of Zach Edey, who has been the early season MVP for the Grizzlies? Two things that can absolutely be two things are true at once. But where do you kind of meet those in the middle to really establish where this team is at this given time?
The way I negotiate that is this. You have to beat the teams that you are more talented than and you're more connected than. And, you're not going to face, the Celtics, the Cavs, the Knicks, Denver and OKC every single week, right? You're not going to face them every week. There's going to be some breaks in the schedule where it eases up on you. And when it does, you have to be able to take care of those teams that you're ahead of. And I think that's all that most people expect from the Grizzlies this season. You got to take Zach Kleiman at his word. He said that, this is going to be not necessarily a step back, but a step in a different direction. And we might, have to, do it differently and maybe surprise some people. That's not saying we're a contender right now, top 5 in the West. What that's saying is if you're in the middle of the pack, that means you're not as good as some teams, maybe the top 6, 7 in the West, but you're not as bad as the bottom 5 either, right? So if you can be somewhere in that, what essentially is the play-in mix, that's probably where you are. And if you can stay there and take your chances and then hope to catch fire towards the end of the season, then you'll see what you can make out of this season. Now the Grizzlies are trending back into that range where, most people expected them to be. So, you take care of these teams that, San Antonio is going to be a big test because, again, you're 1-9 against teams with plus 500 records. You're 8-3 against teams with sub 500 records. This is a test against a team that's above 500, coming off of these wins that you've had against sub 500 teams. So see where you are right now. This is the next step in the progression. San Antonio isn't just a dominant team without Wemby. You could have beat them last time you were here a couple of weeks ago and didn't. This is another test to see where you are as a team as you try to trend back towards that middle of the pack area.
Jessica, you mentioned the identity, the newfound identity with Zach Edey. And I want to get your thoughts on this also, Mike. Like, what is the newfound identity? And I guess for me, it's, hey, they're playing against bad teams. When the pressure's on, I still don't have a ton of faith in that identity. Why do you guys have faith in that?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Well, I was going to say, for the first portion of the season, this team looked lost, looked a little aimless at times. And a part of that is the injury issues that they faced in both in the front court and ultimately losing 4 point guards, but also learning a new system and some of the frustrations that came with understanding how this was going to go under Coach Tomas Isolo. And we don't exist in a world where patience is the easiest thing to apply to sports because we're responding to game-by-game results and what you see in front of you each night. But I think there has been a level of comfort that has come through, and with that, like proof of concept. We talked about it early in the year. Sometimes the most important part of winning against these teams who are worse than you is just seeing a win and understanding, hey, if we put this together, we're at least not that, right? And so there's some hope and there's some reason for optimism of this could eventually work against the better teams. And even in that game against the Nuggets, which has been their last opportunity against one of these good teams, it came down to the Nuggets had closers in Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. Zach Edey got injured in that game, and you're still in a situation, I will say it 8,000 million trillion times where you have only played 6 minutes with John Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Zach Edey this season. So where I see the biggest change in identity is comfort, coming together, and also the physicality, just the fight that we've seen from this team, especially in these last 3 games.
And I would say this, man, like, judge them for what you see. Judge them for who they are, right? Like, where do you put that bar at for them? If you're expecting them to be top 6 in the West, then you're still disappointed because they may never reach that. They're always going to fall short, and it's never going to look like it's a finished product if you're expecting them to be top 6 in the West. Right. Can they be the next 4 in the West? Yes, that's where to me, that's where I'm setting my expectation. Can they be somewhere between 7 and 11, 7 and 10, which puts you into that play-in? And if you're judging them based on that, then guess what? They woke up today at what, ninth in the Western Conference standings, with the chance to get up as high as 7, still within striking distance. So yeah, that's where they are. If they stay in that range, then there are going to be some good days and there are going to be some bad days, but you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. So when you see that and you see them playing with higher numbers of assists, you see multiple guys looking like their normal selves. You're seeing Jalen Wells rekindle what, sort of he captured the last, at some points last season. You're seeing Vince Williams Jr. still having erratic moments. He's not a point guard, but there are nights where he can give you 10 plus assists. There's nights where he won't. You're seeing Cam Spencer be Cam Spencer every single night. But then you're seeing Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zach Edey look like the players that you expected them to be. And if those are going to be the players that you're going to play through, they have to do that every single night. And for the most part, they've done that. And regardless of what the schedule is going to dictate, I'm not saying they're fixed, but what I'm saying is that they are taking steps towards getting back to where they expected to be and wanted to be. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine where they are right now.
Any idea on a jaw injury update? And also on that front, just curious what you have seen from him in terms of an engagement standpoint throughout this road trip. Yeah. He's constantly been talking with his teammates, involved in the huddles, involved in moments. We saw a clip that went a little locally viral of him giving Jaren Jackson Jr. some coaching from the bench. But just what have you seen from Ja over the stretch, and when can we hope to perhaps have the opportunity to see him back?
Well, the thing that matters most to me when it comes to all of that stuff is, number one, Tuomas Isolo saying that there will be a medical update on John Morant coming this week, right? The reevaluation window opened on Monday. That was the 2 weeks that the team said when they said approximately 2 weeks. So we're going into week number 3 right now in terms of his status and where he is. I have seen him on a basketball court. I've recorded him doing, some one-on-one conditioning stuff, working out with the coaching staff. He has his own rehab regimen, doing shoot-arounds and practices this week while he's on the road. So I would expect that update to come. I think it trends towards, him coming back sooner rather than later from that standpoint. So it's hard to pinpoint with calves because you can have a great day and then, you practice 3 straight days and then you're not, right? It doesn't fire off the way it needs to. So I'm not sure what that injury update is going to be, but what I do know is that it's coming and that he's been on the floor doing some rehab stuff and he's been doing basketball related stuff. So as far as the the stuff supporting teammates, that's what he's supposed to do. You're a leader, you're the franchise player. When you're not doing those things, that's when it's a problem. That's when it's noticeable. You have to be able to, add your joy, add your energy, and do everything you can to support these guys who are playing absolutely well. This best stretch of Grizzlies basketball this season happened and is happening with Ja Morant not on the floor. I don't think that's the reason it's happening, but it is happening with him being on the sideline. So what is important for Ja is not only to support those guys and be enthusiastic, but also to mentally take notes of how he can step back in when he comes back and continue this process. Yes, the schedule is going to stiffen up again, but you still have to come back and be able to see how they're playing and add your greatness to what is already an improving situation as best you can. Ja can take the Grizzlies from an average, middle of the pack team to a contender if he steps in and buys in and does everything he needs to do. There's enough of a foundation right there for the Grizzlies to be a middle of the pack team. They just need him to help put them over the top, and I think he has a chance to do that.
You mentioned the Grizzlies' record against teams with an above 500 record. Their only win came against the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns have now become one of the middle-of-the-pack teams in the Western Conference, and they snapped the Lakers' winning streak last night. They did it in a game where Devin Booker only played 10 minutes, and we again saw a Dillon the Villain experience against LeBron James, where Dillon Brooks is doing the things that we've seen Dillon Brooks now do for 3 different teams, whether it be the Grizzlies or his run with the Rockets and now his time in Phoenix. Just how do you evaluate the culture change, or I guess like the culture shot in the arm that a player like a Dillon Brooks can give to a team? And we don't have to make it more than it is. This isn't the postseason. This isn't anything from a championship standpoint right now, but just in the sense of a player who really does create a level of intensity just by being out there for a team.
You know, you need a guy to bring that emotion to the game. You need, especially when you don't have a lot of emotion on your team anyway. Like Devin Booker is a stoic guy. Like, he's great in what he does, but he's not an emotional leader from that standpoint. He's going to go out and conduct business the way business needs to be done. You know, you see that with the Grizzlies in some stretches now. They're a connected team, but they don't have that emotional, you know, just bulldog that's going to go out there and do it. Cam Spencer has shown it. He showed it the other night against Sacramento, and when he went head-to-head with Russell Westbrook and didn't back down. But what Dillon Brooks is that he's a guy that's not afraid to take a big shot. He's not afraid to accept the consequences when that shot doesn't go in. And you're definitely going to hear his mouth when it does go in. And he's been who he is. You know who he is every single moment in every single situation. And sometimes, you know, it gets on your nerves, it gets annoying, but you never say, man, I wonder what Dillon is thinking right now, because he's going to let you know. And he's going to be there in the fight with you no matter who the opponent is. So you got to respect that. Phoenix needed some toughness. They're trying to find their way. And frankly, man, on Grizz Beat, we're going to do, you know, my top 10 this week is, you know, the 10 best coaching jobs we've seen through the first quarter of the NBA season. And Jordan Ott has done a phenomenal job in Phoenix, a surprising job for a team that, number one, everybody wrote for dead, you know, after the draft and, you know, what happened and all the trades. And also, they still haven't had Jalen Green for the most part this season either. So for them to do that and to be where they are, just based on, you know, coming together slowly and Dillon's grit, says a lot about what they're doing right now. We'll see if they can sustain it.
Last thing before I let you go, Cooper Flagg has picked up over the last 10 games for the Dallas Mavericks, who are in an odd place in flux as they figure out what their future looks like and which players will get dealt. But for Cooper Flagg last night, 24 points in a win over the Denver Nuggets, also had 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah. What does success look like for Cooper Flagg the rest of the way, for being a part of this Dallas team and being the future for this Dallas team?
You know, I saw him, you know, obviously they played the Grizzlies a couple of times. And then, you know, when you're around these guys and you're in the arena bows and you see them doing their pregame workouts and coming back to the locker room, number one that stood out to me is like his stature is just, I mean, he's a massive kid. And the fact that he's only, 18, 19 years old, he's so mature beyond his years in terms of how he is physically, how he processes the game mentally. And then when you see it out there, he's been playing at an NBA level since 17 years old, since before he got to Duke when he was on that USA team. So, you know, USA select team. So he's not afraid of these moments. Success for him looks like staying healthy, avoiding any of these injuries that Dallas always seems to end up having. You know, almost like the Grizzlies in a sense. Stay healthy, stay productive, keep your mental space right, because this could be a lottery type season for the Mavericks. It's heading in that way. Don't get discouraged. Take some great coaching from Jason Kidd. Continue to develop. And hopefully you can get some wins here and there, man. And I'm not going to write Dallas off, because depending on what happens with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, that team could be one that rallies in the second half of the season. And he's going to be ready for that if he can stay healthy, for sure.
All right, Mike, we will see you later tonight for Grizzlies Spurs. Have a good yes.
Yeah, one more thing real quick, though, to circle it back to the Grizzlies. We talked about the record against winning teams versus sub-500 teams. One of the things that, and to go back to CJ's point and his question too, there's reason for encouragement and optimism with the Grizzlies, because you're going into December now, right? They play 12 games in December. 8 of those games are against teams with sub-500 records. You also get 3 and 4 full days of practices between some of these games because of the break with the NBA Cup schedule and all those things. So when they come back after tonight, They don't play again until Friday. That's 2 or 3 days worth of practice opportunities to continue to grind. That's, next week you get one game over a stretch of 4 days.
Wow.
That's another stretch where you can get some practices in from that standpoint as well too. So you're going to get practice time. You're going to get games against sub 500 teams that you're capable of beating. And then you just, you're in a better spot. So if you could emerge from December at 500, then you've caught back up with where your expectations are, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, after tonight's game, their next game against a winning team, December 17th at Minnesota. So plenty of opportunities. Mike, thanks so much. We'll catch up with you next time. Have a good one.
There you go. You guys take care.
That was Mike Wallace. You can always find his latest at grindcitymedia.com. Will Coleman just walked into the studio. He's going to join us in the next segment. We'll catch up with him about the Memphis Tigers, who beat Southern Illinois, but that's not going to help with the net rankings, which the first NCAA college basketball net rankings came out yesterday, and Memphis is pretty far down on the list. We're talking quads. We're talking hoops. We'll get his take on some of the coaching stuff going on as well. That's Will Coleman after a quick break.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis. Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Michaelese, it's Gary Parrish, and I think I owe you a congratulations. Do I have this right? Another hole-in-one for you?
Yeah, I was playing by myself. Hit the green, it went in, and I looked dejected because there was no one there to witness it with me.
It would be very inexpensive for like every par 3 at a nice golf course to have a camera set up at the tee box.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Welcome back. It is Tuesday. That means it's time to catch up with former Memphis Tiger Will Coleman. He joins us every Tuesday. He joins us now. Will, before we get to the
what it do
less just naturally enjoyable part, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I had a solid Thanksgiving. I just told CJ, I went to multiple locations to make sure.
You're a Thanksgiving hopper.
Yeah, make sure I had multiple renditions of my yams and mac and cheese touching. So.
Do you have a ranking system? Like, do you silently rank these and then know which ones you want to prioritize
Man, you know what?
next year?
Let me tell you something. So every year, and I'm very vocal and open about the relationship I have with Charlie's mom and her husband.
Yeah.
And so I went to Charlie's grandmother's.
Okay.
Shout out to Mimi and Pop Pop. They always make sure I'm included. Hey, do you want to come over? Do you want to come eat? Really grateful for that. But Jameson's, that's Charlie's, I like to call bonus dad.
Okay.
Charlie's bonus, his brother-in-law made some mac and cheese. Joint was slapping.
Oh.
I don't. He made that mac and cheese like he been hanging out with some black folks. Had some, and it threw me off because I saw the mac and cheese. I'm like, man, that mac and cheese got breadcrumbs on top. Look like croutons or something.
There's been some really helpful people on social media, TikToks especially, who have helped us understand how to make a proper mac and cheese,
Man,
how to
look,
focus on it.
That mac and cheese was crazy. I don't know. That mac and cheese was good, man. I don't know what he did.
It's something about the bread crumbles on top of the macaroni and cheese because it gives you a nice.
Gives it the crisp crunch.
The crisp crunch, and that comes with another flavor as well. So
Yeah.
you're mixing that flavor in there along with the texture boost that the crumbles give you.
Yeah.
Like that's some. If you can do it, that's some good stuff.
He pulled it off, man. I'm trying. That joint was, man, mac and cheese was slapping.
You're always really open with this, and I appreciate it. But how have you always been able to do holidays with Charlie's mom and Bonus family?
They have always been open and invited me.
That's cool.
To everything, and it's. I don't know what it is, man, and I'll be honest, I wasn't the nicest guy in college, so still to this day, I'm still like, man, how's Charlie mama my friend, how's she? But she happy, her husband treat her great. He got a great family, man. They good people, man, and they always make sure, to an extent, because they have their family
Of
time
course.
and they do their thing and stuff like that. But they always, invite me and, hey man, you want to come to this? Or, Jameson's birthday was on the 25th, and hey Jameson, we having a little get together for Jameson's birthday. You want to come through? And it's just cool, man. Hands down, the biggest blessing I got in my whole just that situation. It's make me scared to even try and have more kids with somebody. Because this situation is so perfect.
Going.
Yeah, so.
Well, as somebody who had to navigate married a fellow only child, also with divorced parents, so 2 only children, 2 sets of divorced parents, every holiday trying to figure out how to be in now because Chris's father has since passed, but 4 places at once.
Man.
You're in a very lucky situation because it's impossible to do. You call it a blessing. Are you calling the Memphis Tigers basketball team a blessing this season, Will?
We're gonna turn it around. I'm always glass half full. I'm always glass half full.
Let's look deep into that glass and figure out where the half full comes. So half full, they beat Southern Illinois.
Right.
That would have been abysmal had
Right.
they not won that game. They won handily, 74-58 the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. They still had more turnovers than assists. They still had more fouls than made field goals. But they did snap their 4-game losing streak. What did you see in that win that gave you reason for encouragement?
It got to be. it's kind of hard because, you always going to have somebody that's like, oh, it's just Southern Illinois. We didn't beat nobody.
Sure.
But it's like I do believe in moral victories, because I think it helps with
especially when it's an actual win.
Yeah. And so I think we just every now and then you're going to need a confidence booster. It's the same with endorphins. You get a win, no matter what it is. It's going to help the overall team, and it's going to make you feel good. Deion say you feel good, you play good, you play good, you should look good. Whatever he said, but. I really do think that win was important for us because if we would have lost that game, the bottom would have fell out. Like the city, we would have.
Yes.
Yeah, we would have. It would have been some trouble. And so I think this is the start, or it can't. I hope it's the start of some serious momentum that we need going into tomorrow's matchup. And then we got that tough stretch of games that we gotta wake America up, man. We gotta try and shock the world and grab.
Got to wake the team up.
Yeah.
And even Penny after the game said like it still looked very rough out there for him, which wasn't something he has been familiar with past teams. Like this is a new experience at this point in the year, seeing the struggles as blatant as they still are.
That's just, we in the wild, wild west now, and I think that's just the consequence of, all this transfer portal stuff. We have a legit new team.
Yeah.
And it take time to really get to know your team and your teammates. And I don't know if they're like that now, but back when I played, we spent a lot of time together off the court, and that helps tremendously, in my opinion. Spending that time, we was at the mall together, we was bowling together, we was at the arcade together. I just think that kind of stuff is invaluable, and I don't know if the guys are doing that or if they're that close, but
how much can you do that if you're meeting everybody for the first time in June, July, and everybody goes their separate ways after May or March, whenever the season ends, right? That's the nature of the transfer stuff now.
Yeah.
Where you're here for now, but in the next year, you either graduate and you've used up all your eligibility, or you graduate and you transfer out, or you're just transferring about anyway. So I don't know how much of that type of stuff can happen, because you come in, it's already dudes here familiar with the city, they've already got the group organized, and you just sort of insert yourself into that, and then they leave, and you're the head of the group, you being the college athlete, head of the group. New guys come in, they just integrate on in because the group already exists. When the group doesn't already exist, you have to build it, and it takes time to build those types of relationships and that type of rapport, doesn't it?
It does, but you got to have somebody who want to lead the charge, man. In terms of, people make group messages all the time, and people link up. It's the same as if you with your homies and your friends, hey, where y'all want to eat at today? Oh, this spot look good. Google, you on Google looking at reviews and whatnot, and that was the same with what we did. You had guys like Wesley Witherspoon, DJ Steffens, and guys like that. Hey y'all, what y'all want to eat after practice, or what y'all, we cut up during practice. Oh man, I can't wait to what y'all trying to eat type of thing, or it's just any kind of relation. These are relationships, and any kind of relationship take work. And I don't know if they're pouring into them as important as I think they are, but I think that kind of stuff translates on the court, and it's little stuff too. Man, I left my wallet at home. Oh, I got you. Or, man, I can't pay this time. I'll pay you back when I get to the crib, or I'll Venmo you. That seems silly, but that kind of stuff translates. That's how you build trust with your teammates. And if you can take that and find some kind of organization with Penny, because Penny still love to rotate and play, 9, 10, 11 deep, we got to get a handle on that as well. But
the bench and against Southern Illinois, didn't the bench, 50 points from the bench or something like that? So the bench has been okay.
Yeah, okay, but it hadn't always played in our favor. It's been okay now.
So, but you want him to narrow the rotation.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
To what?
For sure.
Who are your? I won't even ask you to do a top 5 with this team, but your 3 players that you've identified as these 3 play no matter what.
Man, I hadn't found a third yet, but Doug and Sincere got to be on the floor, man.
Okay.
Doug and Sincere got to be on the floor. Now I know. Man, Doug isn't the tallest, but I think he's shown that he can be a very good distributor. Now we got to get other people to catch the ball. We got to get other people to finish around the rim. We got to get other people to do their job and do their due diligence when in their position. But Doug and Sincere got to be on the floor.
Bradshaw got to the line well.
Yeah.
Sedford had a good game. I know it's one of those things where you're still at this point in the season. It's December 2nd.
But if you play devil's advocate, it is, I'll be that guy, and I will say, man, we played Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
What happens, after we get past New Orleans?
Well,
and we see Baylor,
and
we
even
see
getting
Louisville.
past New Orleans, because the first net rankings came out yesterday.
Right.
We're talking quads, but we don't even have to talk quads with this team yet, because Memphis at 2-4 is ranked 160th. Do 160 squats for
Man,
for
you do
Memphis
160.
being
You're gonna be
ranked
squatting to this segment.
160?
Yeah.
Jacob, give me a small
Give me a
screen
small
on
box.
the corner. Just a
Small
small
box.
box in the corner.
Hey.
Let me know when you get up. I'll do 160 of them.
CJ gonna be squatting through TV Tuesday.
That home loss to UNLV, obviously disastrous from a ranking standpoint. 0-3 record versus top 100 teams in Purdue, Wake Forest, and Ole Miss. But when I was looking at the teams ahead and the teams behind Memphis, the 5 teams ahead of Memphis, and plug your nose while you do this. There we go. Squat that out. Elon, Lamar, Kent State, Tarleton State, and Fresno State. And the 5 teams behind Memphis, New Orleans, who they play tomorrow, UTA, Grand Canyon, UCSB, and Montana State. Those are the kind of teams that Memphis is in the same category of at this point in the season.
You know what? It's just, I'm hoping we're gonna turn around. That's all. We're gonna turn around.
There's plenty of season ahead. No.
We're gonna turn around. We're gonna turn around.
You can do 160. I can do 160.
Man, then you got that sweat on.
All right,
you're gonna
fine.
be sweating.
Double box it.
Sorry, guys.
Double box it. All right, Will, as I start squatting, I did want to ask you, because you are a former college athlete, and we've talked about, from the transfer portal side of things and how team chemistry and whatnot, but all of these conversations around coaching at the moment, and I know it's the football side of things and not basketball, but just as somebody who once lived in the college athlete world, how do you identify, or how do you, I guess, grapple with what Lane Kiffin just did at Ole Miss and everything else happening around it?
I don't think you can wrap your head around it. NIL is destroying collegiate sports, in my opinion.
Okay, but that's not NIL. That's the coaches.
Who give it? I'm still rolling, standing on, NIL, because it's like we still giving this money away. Like, the money's accessible, and I know it is the coaches giving the money away, but the money is accessible to the coaches, which in turn is giving it to the players. And $25 million for a team of football. I mean, come on, man. What you finna? These are professional athletes now. You finna buy your whole team. You about to buy your whole team.
Since they are professional athletes, you have to still figure out ways to pay them. But also, like, when you're looking at crises within the sport, don't you think one of the bigger crises is, hey, you have a situation where a coach is leaving his team, before they go have the opportunity to compete for a championship or at least make a run in the college football playoff? That's the crisis. We spend so much time focusing on should college athletes make money.
So do we blame it on loyalty, or?
Well, I think we could blame it on the individualistic nature of society right now. CJ, points?
That boy tired.
I'm at 80. I'm dying over here. They're 160?
Yeah, they're 160. You're half.
For my Tigers. Man, y'all got a double box. That's elite. But I do think, yes, I do think, Lane kind of, because I didn't read everything, but didn't Ole Miss match?
Close.
I mean, close enough to where you could stay.
Yes, money. And Lane Kiffin.
We talking what,
yesterday
$2 million?
Couple mil. And Lane Kiffin yesterday said he doesn't even know what his contract is, which I call a little.
They're paying him? Like, if Ole Miss gets to a national championship, they're paying, LSU is paying him the Ole Miss bonus.
Hey, remember when the governor of Louisiana said they're not going to do those contracts anymore where there are buyout opportunities galore for a coach? Apparently Lane Kiffin got another whomper of a contract.
I just don't get it, man, because it's like, you said a couple mil. What's a couple mil to 10, 11?
I don't like to count money.
Shit, when you got that much, you gonna count it. Especially us peons counting that. But come on, man, if somebody said they was gonna give you 10 to 12 million, man, that man's sweating. 10 to 12 million for a year to do, man, that's. I think he went out. I think his exit might have been worse than Cal's.
That's a good question. Worst exit in college sports history.
Lane, because
By
Lane
a
left.
landslide.
Lane left before the chance to compete. Cal competed and then left.
In a top 10 of exits of coaches, I think Lane Kiffin might have 3 of the 10.
Yeah, he up there. He got quite a few for
All
sure.
right, because we have to keep squatting because we can't take a break until CJ and I reach 160. What are you watching on TV right now?
The Bear.
The Bear?
It's a little older, but I just, I love the kitchen and I love to cook. So
Yes, chef. What season are you on?
I started over. I'm the first one.
Okay.
Started over. I'm on the first one.
I like The Bear. It was a good show. Jeremy Allen White is hot.
You know what? I think
100.
I think he in that category with my coach Josh Pastner too. Somebody either thinks Pastner and my guy Jeremy,
Yeah.
they're either really attractive or they're just like ugly.
Did you just put Josh Pastner in the same category as Jeremy Allen White?
Yeah.
I'm mid-squat, so I didn't really pay enough attention to that comment.
Josh, my boy. Josh got the juice, man. I like Josh.
See, CJ says that I can't be that far ahead, but I tell this to Chris all the time. I'm shorter. I have less distance to the ground.
What you want,
distance in my
CJ?
squat.
135.
I'm a fast squatter. I'm at 115. I'm gonna catch him.
Come on, CJ, don't let her catch you.
She gonna catch me, y'all.
Oh my God.
Except
What do you like about the Bear so far? What season are you on?
this was quite the decision.
So I'm on the first season, but I think I just yeah. Oh shoot. Oh, of the Bear. I just the culinary aspect of it and cooking and watching and just being in the kitchen and things that I love about it. I love being in the kitchen personally. When I get married and have my home, my kitchen will hands down be the biggest room in the house. Because if you think about it, when you're in your house, that's where everybody gravitates to, the kitchen.
True.
Everybody gravitates towards the kitchen. I want my kitchen to be with a big old 6-foot, 8-foot island, bar stools.
51.
I need a double
52.
oven. I need 2 microwaves.
53.
And I need 6 eyes on my stove.
54.
Okay.
55.
Would you ever work in a restaurant? Have you ever worked in a
56.
restaurant?
Yeah.
57.
When did you work in a restaurant?
58.
My first time ever working in a restaurant, I was in high school. I worked at Red Robin.
Jesus.
Worked at Red Robin.
Red Robin? Oh, that's what I was gonna say we should draft this week, CJ. Chain restaurants.
Chain restaurants.
Give
CJ's
me
done.
Red Robin, yum. Wait, why did I lose my box? Oh, okay, thank God. We're back. I'm so
done.
close. I know you're done, but I started way after you. I could squat for days.
That's crazy. Y'all gonna be so sore
going.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait to tune in to the show
I'm
tomorrow
gonna be on
so
fire.
CJ can
I'm
talk
sore
about it.
now.
And you know what's gonna be worse? Thursday. You're gonna be hurting on Thursday. Thursday, you're gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad on Thursday.
All right, well, you're the best.
No, you're
We
the best.
appreciate you. We'll see if Memphis can beat New Orleans tomorrow. We'll catch up with you next week.
And
Next
we're
week,
gonna
baby.
We're gonna make this a weekly thing?
Nice.
Yes, I like
weekly
it.
thing.
A
Oh, I
weekly
like that.
thing.
It's like
Do
a
I need to
weekly
show up
thing.
and work out close so I can squat with y'all?
You gonna squat with us?
I can squat with you, dog.
I gotta see how
about
this sounds,
we squat? We squat the number
Wherever Memphis is in the net.
wherever Memphis is in the rankings.
So now we got skin in the game.
Yeah, we got skin in the game.
Okay, can you give
So
me-
Penny and my Tigers, please just go ahead and get to 1, 5,
160.
3, 1. Just get above
That's it?
I'm
160.
just gonna keep going.
Oh, okay. Impress them then.
Yeah, just keep going, you know.
Oh gosh.
It's my life now. Thanks, Will. We'll
Thank
take a
you.
break. We'll come back. I'll tell you my favorite thing that's come out in the Lane Kiffin to LSU mess, and it involves hot yoga. It's fantastic. We'll get into that. The college football coaching search, what's going on at BYU and Penn State, latest on the Memphis Tigers, and some TV Tuesday after a quick break. Woo.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Memphis. Monday Night Raw returns with non-stop action, unmatched energy, and the superstars you love.
We don't get mad, we get even. We don't go home till we beat them. This is our time, we ain't leaving. Give me the crown undefeated.
Witness the moments you'll never forget. Monday Night Raw, Memphis. Monday, February 16th. Tickets and Ringsider packages on sale next Friday.
The Grizzlies are the one thing everyone in the family can agree on. So join us every Sunday this season for Sunday Family Fun Days. It's a steal at just $35 and includes a ticket to the game, a $10 food voucher, post-game free throws on the court, and a meet and greet with mascot Grizz. Space is limited, so grab your tickets now for this unique experience your family won't soon forget. Go to grizzlies.com/Sunday and have a fun day. Welcome back. A little sweaty, but we made it. Quads on fire. And please, Memphis, don't fall further down in the net rankings.
My lungs
We can't handle it.
My lungs hurt.
Your lungs hurt?
My lungs
You should
hurt.
get that checked.
All right in here.
It's TV Tuesday. My favorite TV show is college football. So we're going to continue the conversation on Lane Kiffin. That's what I'm watching. My whole timeline is Lane Kiffin. My whole TikTok is Lane Kiffin. And my favorite sub-story of the Lane Kiffin saga has become his now former hot yoga studio in Oxford, celebrating him being gone. At some point yesterday, my entire TikTok For You page turned into countless videos of women in Oxford who attended the hot yoga studio that Lane Kiffin made his hot yoga studio while he was there, and them essentially calling him out for various forms of behavior that they will not miss now that he is gone. It started, the first video I saw was of an instructor who was dancing around the studio by herself, and the caption was, "How life feels when you don't have Lane Kiffin telling you he hates your playlist every morning in hot yoga."
Oh, that's fine.
Then it was, and let's not forget the rolling of the golf balls trying to hit people during class.
Okay, that's not.
Gonna miss him pushing me over every time I was in a plank, and he wasn't doing anything but annoying everyone around him.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Gonna miss him turning up the humidity whenever he pleases.
Oh, you can't be doing that.
Really going to miss him looking for used water bottles in the lost and found every morning to pour his ice-cold water all over the floor. And let's not forget the 2000s Britney and Kesha only playlists.
Dude, when you said they were celebrating him leaving, I thought this was going to be way worse than what it is.
Oh,
this
no, it's just
this
him.
all seems kind of funny.
He was
He's such
nuisance.
a weirdo.
He's just a nuisance. Yeah, no, it wasn't anything. There was another side of they're saying release the Lane files.
Oh my goodness.
When that becomes a hashtag, you never want to become a hashtag with the word files in 2025. That's just like not something that you
Or
really
lists.
want to be around. Lists, files, all of those things are generally to be avoided. There was another woman who's like, Going to my hot yoga studio is so nice now that there's not some weirdo randomly doing jumping jacks while we're all in child's pose. That's not hot yoga. Why are you doing jumping jacks? Follow the instructions. It's not that hard. But he already took a picture in his new hot yoga studio in Baton Rouge.
I hope they're ready.
Someone said, don't forget the one that made you skinny. Like, damn. Yoga women are not to be messed with. Yoga women and Pilates women. They are built different.
You're a warrior if you do Pilates. Like, you got it. I want no part of that.
Yeah, so shout out to you, hot yoga studio in Oxford. You're free now. You can child's pose in peace without Lane Kiffin by your side. The other kind of side story, it really does sound like Juice Kiffin was not his dog, and he just used Juice Kiffin as
like he
clout.
uses everybody.
There are two people with the
everything.
same agent who have both used dogs to
Wait, who's the other
rebrand
one?
their image.
Who's the other one?
I mean, it is his dog. Well, he's had multiple.
Who?
Kirk Herbstreit.
Oh, I didn't know.
Two white men who have used cute little doggies to be like, I am a good man.
I didn't know Herbie's image needed.
I don't think it needed change, but it helped. You know, people love a dog. It's like when you go up to men used to say, just carry around a dog, and women will come up and say, "Oh, your dog is so cute."
I have heard somebody mention that a time or two. Okay.
Anyway, Kiffin made his introductory press conference in Baton Rouge. He said this place is different. He had all the greatest hits of a coach making his introductory press conference. He also again explained that every single thing possible was done for him to coach Ole Miss, courtesy of him, and that it ultimately fell on Ole Miss not allowing him to coach. And he claims that he was not told until 30 minutes before that meeting was scheduled on Sunday that he wasn't going to be allowed to coach Ole Miss in the college football playoff. So you keep riding that narrative as long as you want. It's your story. You tell it.
Lane Kiffin now does things with his hands when he talks, like Saban. Like, I see Kiffin doing the hand gestures. Like, I've seen that before. He's moving his hands like Nick Saban right now. I think he's trying to mind trick us into thinking he's a good coach.
What do you think of the ethics of Nick Saban giving Lane Kiffin advice behind the scenes, getting on ESPN, discussing the story without mentioning that he was one of the confidants that Lane Kiffin turned to, and also being one of the loudest voices saying, yeah, of course Lane Kiffin should be allowed to coach in the college football playoff?
That's fine. You've got to be smart about the media you're consuming.
Yeah, but we're not smart as a people.
That's on us for not being literate enough to understand that. Like, as Saban is talking, you have to understand that Miss Terry has name dropped Lane Kiffin a time or two here since Saban's retirement, right? I think the last time Miss Terry said something or was quoted as saying something was when there was talk about Nick Saban maybe coming back to coaching, and Miss Terry's like, no, we don't want to. We got to let all of our kids get a chance to win championships, like Kirby and Lane, right? Like, there's a relationship there. So when Saban starts talking, you have to know and assume that they've had some sort of a discourse, because Nick Saban is a mentor to not just Lane Kiffin, but to a lot of these coaches, particularly in the SEC, be it Kiffin or Smart or Sark or anybody else who went through the Nick Saban rehabilitation program. You have to know that there's a relationship there. So when he starts talking, he's not going to come out here and just light
He's
one
not
of
an
his
objective
guys up.
voice on the situation.
He's not the most objective voice on the situation. Now, is he wrong? I don't think Nick Saban was wrong in his assessment of it. I think that was a fair assessment, but you got to understand that assessment is coming in part because he and Lane Kiffin are cool. Like, he's a legit mentor of Lane Kiffin. So I don't have any issue or any qualms with that. Just like I don't have any issues or any qualms with game day going to the SEC championship game instead of 1 versus 2 in Indianapolis.
It's their business.
Like, it's
their business.
You know what it is when you turn that on. They're going to promote the things that they have the coverage to. And so when you turn on ESPN, they're going to be SEC heavy right now. That they just have the access to it, so they're going to be sure to talk it up.
I'm burnt out of the Lane Kiffin story. I'm turning all of my attention to BYU.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm turning all of my attention to BYU keeping Penn State from getting their coach with the help of Crumble Cookies, some vitamin company, and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Hey, I don't know about them first two, but that church got money.
Real money.
That church got so much money, they're like, we can let black people in now.
It was in the 80s. Was it 80s, 90s? What's the line in the Book of Mormon? That's what I always think.
I feel like it's the 90s, but even if it's in the 80s, like, it's okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, we're holding. In
1978. The lyric is, and I believe that in 1978, God changed his mind about black people. It's a great lyric from the Book of Mormon. Great show.
I got to see that show. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Oh, you would very much enjoy it. It's quite funny. Anyway, the way this has all gone about is the rumblings became louder and louder that Penn State was going to take Kalani Sitake away from BYU and name their new head coach because lost in all of this, Penn State still does not have a head coach for next year. That then has taken a pause because there is this massive effort from some of BYU's biggest donors and the church itself trying to figure out a way to keep Sitake at BYU. And one of the people involved is the founder of Crumble Cookies. His name is Jason McGowan. And he tweeted yesterday, "Some people are not replaceable. Sounds like it is time for me to get off the sidelines and get to work. And by get to work, that means use my Crumble Cookie money to keep a football coach."
Now that I get the two mixed up, there are two chain cookie spots that I'm familiar with, like Chains, National, Crumble, and Insomnia. I get them mixed up from time to time.
Okay.
Crumble cookie tastes like a cookie made by LDS.
It's so sweet. It's so sugary.
There's no flavor.
That is okay.
There's no
We can
flavor.
say what we want about
There's
crumble
no
cookie.
flavor.
There is a flavor. Flavor means you taste something. And when you eat a crumble cookie, you taste something.
It is so bland.
Oh, I disagree.
I think Crumble Cookie got the.
I fully disagree.
I think Crumble's got
Cookie,
the
you can sponsor
blandest.
me. We can take CJ off of this. You
Just
can
like they
sponsor me,
want.
just like
You're in the
sponsoring
LDS
the
pre
BYU
1978.
church. There once was a leader of the Mormon church who had the last name Benson, Ezra Benson. We can pretend that I am of the family.
You got it. Them cookies is nasty. Those are not good cookies. I'd rather eat cardboard.
Cardboard?
Easy. Put some seasonings on the cardboard,
I am
and I'd
team
rather eat it.
I want to be clear. Like in my cookie rankings, I think Mrs. Fields still is.
I'm unfamiliar with that. Is there a Mrs. Fields here?
Maybe you guys never had a Mrs. Fields. It was a mall cookie spot.
Okay, so mall cookie spots are. Got you.
But Mrs. Fields was like classic. Just not messing with it. Just mostly chocolate chip. They had other flavors, but you went for the chocolate chip. And they did minis. They would do a giant bucket of minis for like $10. And you could just have 100 mini cookies. And they were incredible. Insomnia cookies, which my husband is an unofficial spokesperson for Insomnia cookies. Obsessed. But I do love their s'mores cookie.
It's a good cookie.
And Crumble Cookies has its spot.
No, it doesn't.
My actual
spot is in the
favorite,
trash.
my favorite cookies are Levain cookies.
What's that?
It's a cookie spot in New York that like exploded over the last 15 years. No, now it's like it's super popular. You can get them shipped. They sell them in grocery stores, whatever. Tate's cookies, similar energy.
You really do like cookies. I didn't know we had this many different types of cookies.
I guess I'm an unofficial cookie expert.
Okay.
But Crumble Cookies might keep a coach. Might keep a coach. But I think the real hero in the story is the Nutricost owner. I think he has more money than the Crumble Cookie guy.
Okay.
And I think he's the one who is like a direct liaison to the church and working with the church because I think donors can pay the coach's salary. Is that correct?
I think they can find a way to get that paid.
Money.
Yeah.
Anyway, his name is Min Kim, and he is one of the men behind the mission.
Listen, you got to come up with way more money than whatever Penn State is offering to keep
They're
him at
working on
BYU.
it. BYU has the money. That's why that's how they got AJ DeBonsa. That's how they've changed their ways.
You're going to have 20, right?
Yeah.
Because in the past, 2 years, 11-win seasons, and didn't get into the playoffs last year. If they lose to Texas Tech, they're not getting into the playoffs this year. So you have to throw enough money at this man to make him okay with knowing he has barely a chance of getting into the CFP on a yearly basis, right? He has to win his conference to get in. Whereas Penn State didn't win the Big Ten last year, and they got in. The Big Ten is going to put 3 teams in this year, Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon.
Yes.
Like, you're going from a one-bid league to a multi-bid league, and you've got to compensate him to make up for that. So I hope this gets wacky. I hope they throw $25 million, because they can, right? BYU can. Just throw $25 million at them and see what happens. See if that's enough to keep them there. And then we can talk about it. But this is going to be fun. Penn State not having a coach still is not a good look.
Not great. Even Kentucky got a coach. Kentucky got the Oregon offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So he's off the board. Kalani released their odds for who will be the next head coach of the Memphis football team. Who's at the top? Jerry Mack, 30% chance. Kennesaw State.
Got you. Okay.
Dan Mullen, 25%.
Hey.
They still have Will Stein at 20%, but he took the Kentucky job, so get that out of here.
Okay.
All right. You watch anything good on TV?
I'm watching, I can't remember the name of it, the Mighty Nein. It's a cartoon on Amazon Prime, and it popped up on my screen. It's like, okay, I got nothing to do until the sports come on today. Let's throw this on there and see what happens. And it felt to me like a Dungeons and Dragons type of thing.
Okay.
And I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's a fun game to play if you got the right dungeon master. And then lo and behold, it is. It is based off of, I forget the show. There's a like audio show that has Dungeons and Dragons being played with voice actors. And it's based off of one of those adventures.
Critical Role.
There we go. And so it follows these characters, a group of misfits. That's how Dungeons and Dragons always starts, as they get forced together because of circumstances, and they have to go out there and try and save the world. The animation, what really drew me to it, without knowing what the story was at all, because again, I'm going in completely blind, the animation reminded me of Avatar Legends of Korra. And there's a character on there who looks like she and Korra could be related. And so I was like, oh, this animation style I like. So sit down and watch it and see what's going on. And so far, they've introduced all of the characters. Now we're going to get to, I'm 3 episodes in, maybe 4 episodes in. We're getting into the heart of the issue in the realm. I look forward to seeing how it ends. On top of that, all of my crappy, crummy sitcoms that won't be around in 3 years are back. So still making my way through DMV, which is hilarious to me. What's the St. Denis Medical? Love it. Making my way through that. Abbott Elementary will be around for another, 4 seasons maybe?
Oh, yeah.
So Abbott is I'm watching that still, but outside of those, man, not much. Oh, wait, no, that's movies. Never mind.
What?
I was going to say the new Kevin Hart special. We hadn't had the chance to talk about it, but that's in movies. We'll talk about it. The 50 Cent Diddy documentary came out today. Oh, it's a 4-parter.
On Netflix, right?
On Netflix. The Reckoning, I do believe is what it's called. 50 is doing the 50 Cent on Good Morning America will never not be like, I remember this dude for getting shot and being a known drug dealer.
Yeah,
now
it was weird enough when he took the turn of that 50 Cent to dating Chelsea Handler for a period of time. That was like Chelsea a weird character turn, it felt like. And now this side of it. I watched a show that made a Diddy joke yesterday, and it was actually a good joke. And I was like, when these are done right, they're going to be a part of pop culture references for the rest of time.
You know, the big thing about this documentary is that they got Diddy's footage.
Oh.
Somehow they've got footage that Diddy was recording because Diddy was going to do his own documentary about this moment. And so 50 Cent and the production team and the director got that footage and have put it out in this. And so Diddy's lawyers have sent him and 50 Cent have sent Netflix and 50 Cent, cease and desist, ordering them or asking them to not show it because they obtained the footage illegally. And it does not paint Diddy in any sort of a good light. There's a moment where he's out and about, like mingling with fans.
Yeah.
And then he gets back in the car. He's like, yo, hit me with the hand sanitizer, quick. All those people out there, but I got to walk amongst the people. But now I got to go home and take a bath. I can't be out here. I hugged like 150 people. You know, I'm Diddy. I got to go clean up. It's like, oh gosh.
Oh, God.
Got him on the phone with his lawyer. So this is Diddy's footage that they got access to. Had him on the phone with the lawyers at one point saying, listen, I'm done talking. I'm passing this off to the professionals. You guys fix it. And it just hangs up the phone. Yeah. They talk to the jurors also.
I'll watch it. I'm already sold.
So
I'm interested enough.
It's 4 parts. So yeah, that comes out today. I might give it a gander.
I binged all available episodes of I Love LA yesterday, which is the new Rachel Sennott show on HBO Max. And it's a dumb show at times. It's an obnoxious show at times, but I really am enjoying it. Like, it takes me back to a version of myself that I'm glad I escaped in living the Los Angeles life. But that life still shaped so much of who I am. And so you have like just these stories and very LA centered. I found myself wondering if people who have never lived in LA would enjoy watching the show as much as I did and other of my friends who have lived in LA who are watching the show, and we're kind of commiserating in a group chat together about it. But I do think it's a really interesting take on social media and celebrity culture, and specifically influencer culture. Like, the main character is a manager of her friend who is a big influencer, but what does success actually look like? Like, those influencers, so much of it is surface level success where it looks like everything's going well, but like, how do you make money? How are you operating in the business? How are you dealing with the sheer like vapidness that is living in LA at times, and the absurdity of it and the stupidity of it? But it's good writing. Iowa Debris shows up for a brief moment as plays a pop singer. It's just like a bit player in one of the episodes, but I was kind of skeptical on it. A lot of people have made a comparison to Girls, to Insecure, just these ideas of following young women in their, mid-20s, finding themselves, mid to late 20s in this case, finding themselves. But it was fun. On top of that, and All's Fair, I feel like I'm watching two like true girly shows at the moment, and I appreciate having those in my life. Still watching Pluribus. It's slow. It's a slow burn. You got to be dedicated to watch Pluribus. Yeah. I'm still into it. I love the concept. I love the thought-provoking themes that it's exploring, but it is slow. Not a lot. It's like a turtle show. Like, every episode, you're like, did anything just happen? Did we make any advancements in this plot? Good acting. I'm still interested, but did we make any advancements in this? Anyway, tons of movies out. We'll have a good Theater Thursday, and I know CJ saw Wicked as well. But before we get to Thursday, we have to get to Wednesday, and before we get to Wednesday, got a Grizzlies game night tonight. Grizzlies Spurs. We will see if the Grizzlies can win 4 straight, if we're doing game-winning highlights tomorrow. We're also going to have Frank Bonner on the show tomorrow, Tigers beat writer, and he's doing some double dipping for the Memphis Grizzlies as well over at the Daily Memphian. So we'll catch up with him on the Memphis coaching search, see if we get any headway on that as today goes on. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Stay warm. Have fun. See you later. Bye.